compete.
Thank you for this kind introduction, Jess. I'm very excited to be here. I think we've got some close races coming up ahead.
Certainly do. Join us at the start of the Ireland Challenge Cup, University Women's 8. Newcastle University, red, white and blue, top of your screen, the Berkshire Station, Durham University and Platinate on the Buckinghamshire Station on the right, or the bottom of your screen.
This is going to be a great matchup. Both crews made the A final of back regatta, and Durham has got a silver medal whilst Newcastle came 5th. But Newcastle is adamant that they've been gaining speed throughout the season, so this could be rather close.
Looking forward to it. Let's see what happens.
Go!
A local rivalry, both universities in the northeast of England, about 10 miles apart. They train a lot of the time on the Tyne up in the northeast. They'll know how fast each other are on these long head races. How fast are you over the Henley course? Let's find out.
Tyne is a stretch of the river that I'm particularly familiar with, having been at Newcastle University myself. These conditions that we're seeing today are going to be no surprise for these athletes.
And it's Newcastle who've taken the early slip. Look at that, 2 seats, I'd call it. Look at the bow, the very front of that Platinate Durham University boat. A little bit behind as we see the Newcastle University crew.
Newcastle look very well put together. Their coach Alex Lees is a busy man. He has many crews racing throughout a couple of different clubs throughout this regatta, and look at them taking that lead and extending it. It looks very similar to what they've done in the previous race of the regatta.
I loved that there. You saw Annie Bates in the 3-seat, the Newcastle crew just shouting, willing her crew to move away. There's passion in this and there's local rivalry. At the moment, they've gone through that first marker and they are taking it to them.
You're absolutely right there, Jess. The Newcastle-Durham rivalry is often dubbed as the boat race of the North.
It is, and right now they've moved to a length as they approach the barrier. Durham needs to keep their heads up and keep in this race here.
This is starting to look rather tricky for Durham. If you were in that crew, what would you do right now?
You've got to keep your hand in the fire, keep at it.
Completely.
Here they go, Durham, what have you got? So a quick start for Newcastle University, taking it off the blocks. We're now looking at Durham University. Can they hang on to the tailcoats of Newcastle? Who is going to make it to that 40 marker, the next marker we're going to see?
I certainly at this stage of the race would not write Durham off, seeing as they won their head at Bucks Head earlier this year. It's a very young crew. The oldest girl in the bow seat is just 21 years of age. I think their average age is 19.5. And also there are plenty of Henley wins in that crew from many different events, lots of international experience, including gold medals at World Championships.
Yet the form book is slightly with Newcastle. The women's 8's head of the river. Race in March. Newcastle came 10th, Durham University came 12th. Not much between them, so they know how fast each other are, and right now it's going with the Blue Star.
Also, as we're coming into the middle bit of this race, I believe that Durham is just about to start getting a stream advantage over Newcastle, so this could be quite interesting.
If you're tuning in here and wondering what on earth we're talking about, well, right now you can see that there are these wooden booms alongside the course. We're actually rowing on the River Thames. We're rowing against the stream. The stream's going out against these crews, so you get slightly different stream or push of the river at different points of the course. This is the time for Durham to capitalise on that.
It most certainly is. These athletes will have been preparing for this moment all throughout the season. I'm sure they've practiced lots of close battle paddling throughout the year. Look at that energy. You can see pure grit and concentration. There aren't heads turning in that boat, and that's always a very good sign that you're staying in your crew.
They've stuck with them, and look, they're not letting Newcastle go. They've taken advantage of that. I think they've taken their rate up. So when I say rate, how many strokes per minute the crew are taking, you can change that. And Durham look a little bit livelier right now as we come through the middle of the race. It's down to half a length.
Has Newcastle gone too early? Have they got enough in the tank for the second part of this race? Look at that surge from Durham. They're making moves. They're up to half a length right now down on Newcastle, and they're gaining more speed.
Well, there's nothing like being in a crew that is moving, and that is what Durham University are doing on the bottom of your screen here in the Ireland Challenge Cup University Women's 8s. And they are moving back on Newcastle, who we thought at the start of the race were taking it away, but this is coming back into it.
Both crews looking really sharp technically, rowing very well together. Both of these coaches, Alex Lee for Newcastle and Will Fletcher for Durham, have done an incredible job preparing their athletes for this race.
What have Newcastle got? Can they respond to this? Or have Durham done it over them? Let's have a look. A little look across there to his right. Shashank Vishwathanathan. He's looking, he's telling his crew, keep on it, you're still leading this race.
Newcastle always has got a sprint finish up in their sleeves. Their head coach of that program is Angelo Savarino, who incorporates a lot of the Italian characteristics into their rowing, and Italians are known for nothing but their sprint towards the end.
Well, this is unbelievable scenes. Durham University have run right back and they're pushing Newcastle as they approach the enclosures. It is bow ball to bow ball. I can't call it, but I think Durham have about a foot here.
This is by no means done. Let's have a look at the last 300 meters. Who's got more in the tank? Who's got more power in their legs? Who can keep together more?
Their coach, Will Fletcher, he knows what this takes. He's a lightweight rower himself. He's been there, he's done it, and he's empowered his rowers. He's given them that belief, and they've come right back into this race. Have Newcastle got anything in these last 400?
They've just increased their rate of striking. I can tell that they're going through a push. They're probably going through one of their tiered finishes, and they're gaining more speed. Has Durham gone too early in the middle of the race trying to make up that difference?
This is going to come down to the sprint. Who has practiced that? Who knows how to move at high pace? Keep loose, move the hands. We are trucking to this finish line. Who wants it more? Durham University or Newcastle University? Newcastle have responded.
If you're just tuning in, please feast your eyes on this, because this kind of racing is exactly what Henley Royal Regatta is all about, and Newcastle have now taken the lead. Can they hold it through?
They've re-broken them. Newcastle have retaken the lead from Durham University. That was an unbelievable sprint from Durham to take the lead, but they had an answer when it mattered. They took that moment, they grasped it by the horns, and look at them here. They're going to cross this finish line in the island by a length over Durham University. I think I've lost my breath there. That was unbelievable, Pete. A win in the Ireland Challenge Cup for Newcastle University over Durham University A.
I can't think of a better race to join you today, Jess.